you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
Thank you all for attending this extraordinary event, and tonight we are taking the time out to thank our nurses for all the care they have provided to all the patients, friends, and families. We dedicate this night to celebrate your commitment, your compassion, your perseverance to providing top-of-the-line health care to all patients.
Say breakthroughs in the room.
Breakthroughs in the room.
It's yours if you want it. Anticipating. God's
I'm so thankful for Top of the Line, Alisa, and the Top of the Line family. I call them like every week, like almost every day. And nobody ever has an attitude or anything that is like, hey Erica, what you need?
And I just love to love people. And anybody that know me at work, they will tell you that I love to love.
It's gonna be
Listen, don't let negativity, doubt, or your haters convince you that God is not about to bless you. It's gonna be. What's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. You gotta learn how to praise God before you get it. Say, I believe.
I just want to say thank you, and just thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for everything you've done for me and my family.
I don't do this for anything fortune or anything like that. I do it because it's what I love.
Thank you so much for everything. Everything. You know what I'm talking about.
They have set the standard in what an organization should be. Top of the Line has supported me from financial, medical, and even personal well-being.
Thank you for taking a chance on me. You have changed my life forever, so that I'm able to help change my baby's life.
I just want to say thank you to the Top of the Line family. You guys are amazing.
I have been a nurse over 30 years, and I have never had a boss put me excellent as you are.
Thank you for your employees is amazing, and U.S. Bank is, happy and excited to sponsor this.
I'm running into destiny.
The best family out there.
We
started from the bottom.
So much respect that Focus gives just to you and your team.
It's gonna blow your mind.
It's what healthcare is supposed to be about.
Acceptance and the love and caring. St. Jude's Hospital for Children is going to get $4 grand.
God is about to blow your mind.
My dream is to be a leading company in manufacturing of my products. And I am focused on meeting that goal.
First of all, I want to thank all you nurses, CNAs, medtechs. We really appreciate y'all. We love what you do.
I would do anything to make your business prosper. I've been in here with nothing.
My promise is big. The new job will be big.
Thank you for everything. I love you guys.
They show lots of compassion. They show love. They show understanding and support.
Thank you for everything.
It's a beautiful night, man. This is actually 2022 Top of the Line healthcare staffing, bringing top quality professionals to the nursing homes and hospitals of America.
Wow. God's about to blow your mind. God bless you. It's gonna be.
big.
All right, family, I need for you to order your book, right? We're going to make the call to get the client. This is the book on how to create 7 figures in your business, right? So it's make the call to get the client. Make sure you have ordered your book or you're ordering your book, right? You don't want to miss the tips in this book. You find out so much stuff to help you take your business to the next level. So click the link at the bottom. Let's make this call. Let's get to this bag, y'all. Hello, family. How have you been? This is your CEO, 3 times the real Alisa Applewhite, coming to you live, right? So coming to you live, y'all. So every day at 12 o'clock, you will get a live video from me. Excuse me for last week. At the end of the week, we had a family emergency. We had to address, but we made sure we gave you content. We gave you content. Why? Because I am a woman of my word, and I want to make sure that I am giving you the information that is taking your business to the next level, right? Even your life to the next level. All right. So as always, see what episode this is. I always learn too when I get in here. So let's see. So this is episode number 31. This is what is a factoring company. Questions and answers brought to you by your CEO, Alisa Applewhite, 3 times. I'm so excited about this particular one because I didn't know what a factoring company was until I started my business. My consultant, she was the first one to ever tell me what it was. So it's just very, very exciting. So let's see. Why do we go live Monday through Friday, right? We go live Monday through Friday, and I'm fixing it, y'all, because I don't know what happens except Sundays. Y'all know I don't do Sundays no more, so I'm fixing it now. So why do we go live Monday through Friday? All right. So people ask me this all the time. Why do you do it? Why do I go live every Monday and Friday? Is because people are always asking me questions. They're in my DM, they're emailing me, they're texting me, they're calling me, and they're saying, "Hey, Alisa, can you tell me what is a factoring company?" This is a question, right? What is a line of credit? How do you fix your credit? How do you do the right things for your business? So how did you build your business? What is revenue? So I said, wow, I wish I had enough time in a day to answer each person's question. But as y'all know, I like to talk. See, I got to put on the timer, y'all, because I got to respect y'all time, because y'all know I like to talk, and I do have a hard stop today. So time is on for 15 minutes. So they asked me questions like different things. And I'm like, all right, I wish I had the time to answer all the questions, but I don't. So what I did was I just wrote all these questions down, and every day, Monday through Friday, you will catch me answering a question, right? So the goal is live, unless there's a absolutely family emergency, y'all, I will be here. I will be here, right? So the goal is live to answer your questions. So if you have any more questions, please comment it in the chat, email me, DM me, message me, keep doing, how you've been contacting me. So this is what this live is about. And another question that I get all the time, why do they call you CEO 3 times? So they call me CEO 3 times because I have 3 companies, y'all. So let's go with it. We got Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. So Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing is the company that staff medical professionals in hospitals, nursing homes, and doctors' offices, right? So we making sure that we are taking care of the patient, and we're making sure our staff are held accountable and professional when the door is closed. Number 2 is TOTLHS Heart to Go Inc., y'all. So that again it's short for Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing Heart to Go Inc. This is our nonprofit. This is our baby. I've been working on my baby like crazy. I spend at least 2 hours a day trying to get additional funding for our baby, right? So this is our baby. This helps all our medical professionals with rental assistance, mortgage assistance, childcare assistance, education assistance, credit building assistance, financial education, financial literacy. It helps just with home assistance. So anything that's going to help the medical professional to focus on the patient, this is what the Heart of Gold Gala, the Heart of Gold Inc. Company stands for. And not only that, but y'all seen the commercial if you was on. If not, you're going to see the commercial after this, right? So we have the Heart of Gold Gala, which is held every year. This year is going to be held in November in the Charlotte area, Charlotte, North Carolina, where we celebrate 52 medical professionals, and they get to walk away with a lot of incentives. All right, so then we have number 3, which is what has brought you questions and answers. This is the real Alisa Applewhite consultant. I kept it really simple because with me, you always gonna get the real me. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't make it look good. I look good, period. But I'm just who I am, right? I just give it how it is. It's just who I am. So the real Alisa Applewhite Consulting, not only is it bringing you every the 15-minute answers and questions, but it is also bringing other healthcare staffing owners. We target them on we teach them on how to get clients, right? How to target premium clients. And then we teach medical professionals on how to be the best medical professional they can be, right? And our goal is which we do is teach hospitals as well on how to retain their staff. All right, so that is why they call me CEO 3 times. If you ask me why they call me CEO 3 times, I'm going to say it's simple. I had 3 companies, right? So this episode is episode number 23. What is a factoring company? So this is about 11 minutes of information. So what is a factoring company? Let's get it. So a factoring company helps you with capital. And let me give people who don't understand, like, what is truly a factoring company. So when you start a business, and you don't have any money, right? You have an idea, you know what you want to do, you done written this all down. Some people have a business plan, some people don't, but you're like, okay, I have an idea. I know what I want to do, but I need money. And the traditional bank just says, hey, look, we can't give you a line of credit for $1 million. We can't give you a line of credit for $500,000 or $100,000. So what a factoring company is, based on your industry, you can find a factoring company that will advance you a certain percentage of your bill or your invoice or your supplies or services, whatever the revenue is from whatever you're selling, right? So that factoring company gives you a percentage up front, and then they wait to be paid from whoever is paying you. So prime example, I always use healthcare staffing, but you can use factoring companies for other industries, like the trucking industry. I know is one that you can use it for. Equipment industry, you can use it for. What else? Lawn care, stuff like that, you can use it for. So I always give examples of healthcare staffing. Why? Because I have a healthcare staffing agency, so it's simple for me, right? And I actually use a factoring company myself. So the factoring company and healthcare staffing, what it does is, if we get paid from our clients from 30, 45, 60 days or 90 days, depending on the contract, right? When we get paid from our clients, because we have medical professionals, right, and we pay our medical professionals weekly, we have to pay them, they're not going to wait 45 days. They're not going to wait 30 days. They're not going to wait 90 days to get paid, right? They want to get paid. So in order to pay them weekly or daily, however you do it in your agency, you have to get money, cash flow. So the factoring company says, hey, because this particular client looks like a decent client, and when I say decent client, it's like they do credit checks on the clients. And that's the great thing about factoring companies. They don't do credit checks on you. They do a credit check on the client, right? So they do a credit check on the client, and then that client, they say, all right, this client is approved for us to factor $100,000 in the 45-day period that they agreed to pay you back. So you can spend $100,000 of money, and we're going to give you 70%. We're going to give you 80%. We're going to give you 90%. And you do have factoring companies that give you 100%. What? Yes. So if you want to know about the factoring companies that give you 100%, please DM me and put factoring companies. There are factoring companies that give you 100% of your invoice, right? So, just DM me factoring company, and I'll make sure I give you that information. So when they give you this money, what happens is you send your invoices to them, right? You got to have invoices. Can't just have this on a scratch piece of paper. This got to be an invoice. Send your invoice to them, and they will advance you that amount of money, usually within 24 hours. Sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours. It just depends on the factoring company. So it helps you with capital. That's what factoring companies do. It helps you with capital when you're starting a business and you don't have the money, you don't have the credit to start the business, right? So there's no excuse not to start a business. There's no excuse, right? It's all based on your determination. All right. So 2, the second thing is, I always give 3 things and what's the answer, right? So what is a factoring company? The second thing, if invoices are unpaid, insurance covers that invoice. So I always give you 3 things about the factoring company or whatever the question is. I always give you 3 things that I feel like you should know, and they usually come from personal experience to help your company and your business grow, right? So what is a factoring company? Number 2, if invoices are unpaid, insurance covers that invoice. So what that means is, say if you have a client, again, healthcare staffing, say if you have a client that goes bankrupt, say if you have a client that just decides they don't want to pay, say if you have a client that's just going way beyond, they're just not going to pay. They're just not going to pay. So most factoring companies, and this is where you need to be very strategic when you are getting your factoring company for your business, because some factoring companies will lock you into contracts. Some factoring companies don't have contracts at all, right? But majority of them have anywhere from a 6-month to a 2-year contract, and they will lock you into a contract. and you're not knowing that if that person goes out of business and that you factored $100,000 through them, or you factored $1 million through them, now you have to pay that back because it was not in the contract that, or you didn't ask, and it was not in the contract that this invoice was covered by insurance. So most factoring companies, that's the great thing about being a factoring company, which I thought was so awesome, is if I'm lending you money, and based on me lending you money, right, I get a percentage of just lending you money. And if the person decides, or the company decides they can't pay, depending on bankruptcy or whatever the clause is, I have insurance on that money where I can get a percentage of that money back, where it's not a total loss, right? So for you as an owner or as a business owner, you should know if your factoring company has, and you should ask, this is something you should ask. If my client is unable to pay, or if my client backs out of it, do I have to pay that back to you? Because what happens is they can take it out of the next thing you factor. And if you have payroll to pay, they don't care. They just take it out. Some factoring companies, they're like, okay, let me take a little bit here, a little bit here, because they know they're in there for the long term. But other ones, like, we just going to take this from this whole withdrawal. And if you got a client that's you out of $1 million, that can put you out of business. So make sure this is a question that you definitely want to ask. If my invoices go unpaid from my clients, is this invoice insured? Do I have to pay it back? And if they say, yeah, go to another factoring company. I promise you, there are so many factoring companies out here. And I wish I would have knew this. I wish somebody would have told me that. It is so many factoring companies out here that will not make you pay back if a client decides not to pay, right? And then you have some factoring companies where they have a hard stop. Like if your contract is, if that invoice is due within, we got 3 minutes. If that invoice is due in 30 days and your client paid in 60 days, now they're going to make you pay that back in 60 days, right? So these are things that you should be asking, questions you should be asking when you get in a factoring company. All right, so number 3, funding you can use all the time or only when you need it. That is another thing that I absolutely love about factoring companies. So what they do is they take these things called positions, and we can answer that question too. So it's like whoever says, hey, I'm gonna lend Alisa money first is in first position. And then somebody say, you know what, I'm gonna help Alisa too and give her an extra $5,000. They're in second position. So factoring companies, are usually in that first position. And because they're in that first position, if you decide, all right, so I'm going to factor this invoice, I'm going to get this additional money, I'm going to pay off my people. And now the money that I have left after paying my people, I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to put it to the side until that stacks up. And then when that stacks up, instead of going to the factoring company and acquiring a 4 to 5 or 2% interest on each invoice I send them, I said each. Listen to what I'm saying, right? On each invoice I send them. So if you send one invoice, that's 2 to 4 or 2 to anywhere to 10% off that invoice that you can pay them, right? So if you send them 20 invoices at one time, all 20 of those invoices can have 2 to 10% off that 20, that one load of invoices. So be very, very careful when you're checking your factoring companies. I always advise if they say 4%, if you're brand new to business, hey, can we do 4% for 6 months? And then we can renegotiate this down to 2 or 3, because you're bringing them money, right? They're lending you money. Yeah, they're doing you a favor, but you bringing them money. And just like you're in business, they're in business, other people are in business too. So you get other factoring companies. So shop around, definitely, right? But the thing about factoring that I put, the funding you can use all the time, you can send as many invoices as you want to them, and you can send it each day. You can send it each week. Like you can send it whenever you want to. And when the client pays them, they just give you a reverse of what is left in that factoring deal. But the great thing about it, if you decide, hey, you know what, I don't want to do factoring no more, I just want to pay for my own stuff, now you can still be in contract with them, but now utilize your own money. All right, so those are my tips. If you want to know more about factoring companies, believe me, I have some stories for you. horror stories, good stories, crying stories. So just hit me up and put factoring companies and we can go deeper into that. We got 1 minute and 12 seconds. I like to respect your time. So I want to make sure that you are following me on all social media platforms. Oh, wait, hold on. We got to go do this again. You know, we go through this one more time, right? So this is episode number 23, which is actually episode number 31. Y'all, what happened? I did this before. I know I did this before. All right, so this is actually episode number 31. Let me edit this. I'm like, wait a minute. I've done this. I feel like I've said this information before, but it's okay. You know, when you say stuff, you learn stuff. Every day you learn. So I can tell you the same thing every day and tell you something different about it. That's the great thing about when you are constantly educating yourself. All right, so what is a factoring company? Episode number 23. It helps you, number one, it helps you with capital. Number two, if your invoices are unpaid, insurance covers that invoice if you got the right one. And number three, funding you can use at all times or only when you need it. All right, now you can follow me on all social media platforms. That is The Real Alisa Applewhite. Again, that is The Real Alisa Applewhite. For the people in the back, my husband just left, y'all. I was going to give him a shout out. Right? That is The Real Alisa Applewhite. Oh, he coming through? There you go. Say, hey, Mr. Carlton. That is The Real Alisa Applewhite. Make sure you are liking my Facebook page. I'm so happy that everybody is like really getting tired of me texting them and messaging them on the weekends to go like the Facebook page. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Again, this is episode number 31. What is a factoring company? And I'm going to go ahead and leave y'all with some commercials.
Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
Thank you all for attending this extraordinary event, and tonight we are taking the time out to thank our nurses for all the care they have provided to all the patients, friends, and families. We dedicate this night to celebrate your commitment, your compassion, your perseverance to providing top-of-the-line health care to all patients.
Say breakthroughs in the room.
Breakthroughs in the room.
It's yours if you want it. Anticipating. God's
I'm so thankful for Top of the Line, Alisa, and the Top of the Line family. I call them like every week, like almost every day. And nobody ever has an attitude or anything that is like, hey Erica, what you need?
And I just love to love people. And anybody that know me at work, they will tell you that I love to love.
Listen, don't let negativity, doubt, or your haters convince you that God is not about to bless you. It's gonna be. What's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. You gotta learn how to praise God before you get it. Say, I believe.
I just want to say thank you, and just thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for everything you've done for me and my family.
I don't do this for anything fortune or anything like that. I do it because it's what I love.
Thank you so much for everything. Everything. You know what I'm talking about.
They have set the standard in what an organization should be. Top of the Line has supported me from financial, medical, and even personal well-being.
Thank you for taking a chance on me. You have changed my life forever so that I'm able to help change my baby life.
I just want to say thank you to the Top of the Line family. You guys are amazing. I have been a nurse over 30 years, and I have never had a boss put me excellent you are.
Thank you for your employees is amazing, and US Bank is, happy and excited to sponsor this.
I'm running into destiny.
The best family I've worked with.
We started from the bottom.
So much respect that Focus
is just to you and your team.
It's gonna blow your mind.
It's what healthcare is supposed to be about.
Acceptance and the love and caring. St. Jude's Hospital for Children is going to get 4 grants.
God is about to blow your mind.
My dream is to be a leading company in manufacturing of my products. And I am focused on meeting that goal.
First of all, I want to thank all you nurses, CNAs, medtechs. We really appreciate y'all. We love what you do.
I would do anything to make your business prosper. You know, I've been in here with nothing.
My promise is big. The new job will be big.
Thank you for everything. I love you guys.
They show lots of compassion. It shows love. It shows understanding and support.
Thank you for everything.
It's a beautiful night, man. This is actually 2022 top of the line healthcare staffing, bringing top quality professionals to the nursing homes and hospitals of America.
God's about to blow your mind. God bless you. It's gonna be big.
Healthcare is affected by everything, right? You could be walking and have a stroke or have a heart attack. Now you are in the healthcare system, right? You can just all of a sudden start having mental issues and now you're in the healthcare system, right? You could be minding your business and somebody can come in and shoot you or hit your car or something like that, and now you are in the healthcare arena. And this is why healthcare is so important to me, because to me it matters who's at the bedside, right? So I always say to people, it doesn't matter to me that I have a nurse that say, hey, I'm a nurse or I'm a CNA, and they show up at the building, right? That doesn't show me their integrity. Their integrity, their accountability, their professionalism, it shows when the door is closed. That is how you know how true a person is to their mission of being a healthcare professional, right? It's how they treat the patients with the doors closed. And my goal is to help to educate healthcare staffing owners and also medical professionals and again hospitals on how to help medical professionals get back to that mindset of how to treat people when the door is closed. All right, family, I need for you to order your book, right? We're going to make the call to get the client. This is the book on how to create 7 figures in your business, right? So it's make the call to get the client. Make sure you have ordered your book or you're ordering your book, right? You don't want to miss the tips in this book. You find out so much stuff to help you take your business to the next level. So click the link at the bottom. Let's make this call. Let's get to this bag, y'all.